see a mirror match in the Chile Baltic Sea Council matchup. We will have Night's Watch Wolf with restricted card of choice is War and Night's Watch AGoT. For the Chile side, we will see Jorge playing, and for the Baltic Sea, we have Buzz as a substitute. It will be very interesting to see Buzz on an aggressive deck and not just a control deck, which is his usual playstyle. Looking at the plot decks, we see that the Nightwatch Wolf is as expected on Double March and Morgulis. Unfortunately, the ward will not be proved very effective in this matchup because most of the characters from Buzz's side are ranger and none of them are no attachments except weapons. On Buzz side, we see at the gates with City Besiege for the location control, and then barring March, return to the field. Gallardo here is the reset of choice, and you win or you die. From the location side, 3 times free bottom Mali, considering all the rangers are 3 cost or lower. A single copy of 5 of Ravens. I would expect maybe more. And then in the event side, we have Bound to the Wall, Nightmares, Put to the Sword, Put to the Torch, and 1 copy of the Watchers on the Wall. For the Nightwatch Wolf, looks like a almost standard package. We see 3 times Bound, 3 times Mutiny, and 2 times Night Gathers. Usually Night Gathers is not a card that we see in this matchup. But looks like the Chile team decided that Blackbird and East London by the Sea will be more than enough to boost the reserve. And other than that, we see the big wall, 2 copies of Queen's Crown. Interesting thing here, we don't see Bolton Flayers, we don't see Hardhome or Bay of Seals. There is recruiters from the Watch who may or may not have a field day on the opposing board, where we see in the 2-cost slot there are a lot of cards. So we have 20, which few of them are the events, but most of them are characters. Like the most important ones are Haunted Forest Scouts, Citadel Archivist, we have the Reducers of Billy Bone. And so that's it for the decks. Let's see. We see the deck, the game is posted already by Buzz. Password. Okay, and now we'll just wait a few minutes for Buzz's opponent. Looking at the decks, I'm not sure which will be more favorable one here. There are not many key characters that could be stolen from the Nightwatch side that would be very impactful, aside from John maybe, or a random ranging party. The key points here will be, I would expect to be the Orange triggers. But one good side is, although there is only one Janus link in the deck, you always have a Nightwatch character sacrifice trigger of stolen from the opponent. And other than that, wait a little bit. There is no recon here, which I would consider at least one of. In the, how many Nightwatch cards there? There are 13. Yep, that I would consider at least one of recon, and maybe for 1 copy of Bram. To stop Audi at the gate, improve setup of the deck, although he is a very relevantly lower curve. So I wish this could be split additionally, but we see a little bit advantage in the power icons, but that's the nature of the matchup. And here something that would prove very useful is the What's Hard Scouts. to prevent all the stone characters with bound to the wall. Unfortunately, I don't think the big wall will play a big role in the game, and I wonder even if the Nightwatch Wolf player will even marshal it, because it will be probably very easy for the AGoT player to torch it without a problem. Something that is missing here are the weird world balls that we've seen in several matchups, and the meta is not decided if it's good to have it in the deck or not. But other than that, also arrange a little bit so we can quickly look at them during the game. And while we wait, we can have another look in the brackets. Currently, we see that Hungary won versus Andorra, 6-3. If Australia already won over Russia with 5-3, there is the last game still playing, or maybe it was played day later, and it's not still in the list. We mentioned Canada Germany, looks like a close matchup, and we saw Leonard, I believe was today. We streamed it earlier, I forgot already. So this is probably still going. I don't know when are the final games. China and UK, I believe it went to China, where we earlier streamed the Baratheon Stark matchup. Greece and United States went to United States. We have Latvia and Czech Republic. Latvia is currently at 4 wins in this, but I don't know the other results. Here, Italy won, as I'm aware, since this morning's game. As I'm aware, versus Matteo and Donovan, between Matteo and Donovan was the deciding one. France won over Team Zealand. I'm not sure if the other games will be played at some point. Here, the Council of the Baltic Sea State already won, so there is no pressure on both players. We see Poland and Brazil still haven't decided their matchup, and Argentina and Southeast Asia. I think the round finishes in one day, maybe. I'm not sure if today is the last one. We will see. Starts a little bit earlier, and then that's it. It looks like game is up, and we can proceed. Let's see how the setup will turn out players. Looks like Chile is on the top, Baltic Sea is on the bottom. Like, but not sure setup. For bus, so setups, we see Ocean Road, Recruiter, and Ranging Party, and on bus side we see Knife Scout, Ghost, and the King's Road. Very good setup for both players. Let's see what will be their first plots. So from this I expected the gates, one of his favorite plots. There may or may have not been a sarcastic smell there. And for the Nightwatch player, maybe Riddle. Also he's running at the gates as well, so maybe we'll see a double at the gates. Ouch. I was wondering if this would happen just because the Recruiter of the Watch is a very scary character for boss to handle it, and at the same time he will not mind if the ranging party is off the board. If in case of a double Valar, a double march, and now we see we are one march down. There are only two more at the side of Nightwatch Wolf. Ibran. But Nightwatch on Nightwatch action, no board for both players. We see Messenger Raven and was hard. This is a good lesson for everyone. If there is even a slight idea of marching, don't play your riddle. Although he gets a little bit more economy out of it, but Buzz has the King's Road setup, so maybe he'll be able to catch up without a problem. Although I don't expect to see a trigger this turn. Shorted the wall, underground vault, that will trigger for 2. Okay, so we will see a trigger from the Nightwatch side. John on the board. Pretty easily steal the Asgard Scouts. But he will have to defend the military for sure first. A power challenge. I would expect a military challenge immediately after that. So John will be forced to defend, although he will stand defense. He will not lose board, and that will limit him to just one challenge on offense. Military with trigger of the agenda. I'm curious if you just find a event without playing it. But if he plays a Future Torch, maybe he will fall down and he finds nightmares. Okay. Looks like he's going for the utility that he will need. And the claim will be, unfortunately, I think it should be the Raven. Yep. Bran is still very valuable in the matchup. Baltic Sea already won, so there is no pressure on both pairs, so this means Buzz's team is already a winner. Alex Black. For the other viewer, if he's not aware who is that. And we see Mutiny Plate to remove John, and for the price of what's hard health. I would say a fair trade, but that's one of the cards that was hyped about very early when it came up, and it's still very strong in all the Night's Watch decks. You're welcome, Alex. So we see Buzz discarding at the gates and bound to the wall, Blasphemy, a card that you would never want to discard, I imagine. We see you win or you die immediately with an opponent at the gates. Interesting choice for Buzz. Looks like he would like to push his advantage or build some sort of advantage, to be more precise. I would imagine the goal here is to hit the opponent's hand as hard as possible and just to deny him the resources. Although in both cases the Night's Watch deck, even in a top deck mode, is very scary. Night's Watch Wolf deck. We see Buzz going first here with a very big hand of cards. And 7 gold at his disposal. Play bottom alley. The fast Buzz to play with open hand. Since the game is not exciting at this moment, it would have been, although maybe tiebreakers may prove very important in the end, but looking at this moment in time, oops, what happened? Oof. I was dropped from the game for some reason. Did the game crash? I don't know what happened here. Did they press leave game instead of spectators? I won't be surprised. Looks like there are several spectators on the side of the Baltic team. We see Kotor and Iowa Ravens marshaled. And this bottom is saved for the next turn. So Kotor will be able to push the military probably without a problem here. And a card in shadow, so looks like the flip bottom will be used to bring forest patrol out of shadow. There is no economy, so I don't expect this to be old Bill Bone. Another economy location added. And then Yoren healing Otter. A huge swing. As mentioned in the pre-game, Yoren will be one of those deciding cards in the matchup. And let's see if there will be a forest patrol working in the shadows. Let's see if you, after opponent's marshalling, get the bottom art to put a charter into play. A very cute trick. Because it's a put into play effect. And do it retrospectively. And we see 3-finger hopped put into play. And thus draws a card from flip bottom. Another one of the small drawbacks of the Iron Throne platform. You have to be very mindful of the action windows. We see an intrigue challenge with hop. So this will force a defense for sure. Jordan. And this leaves the network wolf player with just 2 challenges. Unfortunately, there is no standing network location. We see Cotton Pike stealthing Fingerpop for a military, and this steward foot of the wall will be given for frame. Then power challenge by Bran. see I trigger 5 of Havens to return. Probably John to the deck or King's Road. Although Bud is not struggling for economy. We see John return. So now that he is without hand, I'm very curious how Bus will continue from here. Maybe Gallardo Harris. I'll be surprised to choose the Harris next turn. Or try to find another icon to the top deck. He was Stranger, Yoren, Lee Bottom Owen, Nightmare Stone to the wall. No, it doesn't work that way. Zero reserve and under reserve are two different things, unfortunately. So there is no way Hope will trigger on this spot. I don't know how this is coded. So maybe that gave Bus the prompt. Or maybe Hope is not coded properly, but in reality, Hope triggers only when you're under reserve. When your hand size is lower than your reserve. We see march into the gates, and you see Cotter, probably marched. Okay, so who's decided to keep the characters? And found free bottom alley. Okay, first player will be Knight with Wolf player. And you see the big wall. But now the pain train starts. So looks like Buzz will give him Most Ranger. Oh, he decided to give him Hop. Yes, why not the... I'm not sure why he didn't give him the... We see Arya Stark. Unfortunately, Buzz on Valor to Harris, else he could have abused Arya in pot phase. There is no way that the Nightwood Wolf player can knew her. The only option could be a March, Devour, and you see Yoren stealing Cotter back. The Intrigue challenge with 3-finger hop. I imagine Buzz will not much care about the card. We see an unopposed challenge, that being Archivist, and show both discard piles. And you see military challenge, both Arya and Jorge. Maybe full defense. Oh, we have a forest patrol brought out of shadows. And he will defend the challenge. And now we'll see both trigger the agenda in an interim challenge. Unfortunately, but you have to find a power icon very soon. The intrigue for 3 with Joran. On the post, and we see bound to the wall discarded. Military challenge. Total. I expect that the boss will find put a torch here or bound to the wall. I'm not sure which one he will prioritize here. What he If he discard pile empty, maybe he'll go for bound to the wall, but there is a march that we expect to see. And as expected, he went for torch. And claim will be with the spec area. Yep. And we see the Night Watch prayer again with the full hand after triggering the Raven and Hop. The pile of Ravens to shuffle back the torch into the deck. Dominance, triggering the Messenger Raven. Station with the Hop. I would expect next turn the Night's Watch Wolf player to go into rationing to stop the current resolutions. That will give him a little bit of breathing room. And for Buzz, maybe City Besieged. I didn't expect to see the War Morgulis here, but looks like Buzz made the right read and saw the Morgulis. I don't think that the Nightwatch Wolf player was that dire, position was that dire with Morgulis. Knife Scout. Luckily for the Night Watch player, he's running only 2 copies of Yoren, not 3. And luckily for Buzz, his Yoren is now alive. With return to the field. Card in Shadow. And Haunted Forest Scouts. And for 2 Lost Ranger. Now the Haunted Forest Scout will be able to do all 3 challenges. Unless he's stolen by Recruiter for the Watch. Ramsey. That will reduce the number of rangers on the board. Expect the Lost Ranger to be sacrificed. Fortunately, the Force Patrol is as well Ranger, and I expect this to be the next copy of him. Ramsey hits the Messenger Raven. And we see Forest Patrol brought out of shot immediately. And you see an intrigue challenge and then a military. Looks like Buzz decided to go directly into the military and would value the ability to push through the intrigue. We see military with all the characters, followed by Ramsey, and he'll go for claim. And now I expect to see bound to the wall. Find that very key power icon. And the Forest Patrol and Recruiter to the Watch. Oh, I assume another Forest Patrol will be stolen. And Meister Mullen. Unfortunately, no power icon to be seen in the site. Looking at this, I would have said that there is merit to getting Meister Mullen for a little bit of challenge control if things go south. But looks like Buzz would like just to assert dominance with the military challenge. When we see Ramsey given for frame. What? Dominance goes to boss 10 to 1. He click past the inter challenge. And we'll see maybe trigger the Eye of Ravens, go back the bounce to the wall, although they are more than enough in the deck. And we see Yoren discarded for reserve. Unfortunately, none of these characters, although being cost 4 or lower, can be warded. We see City Besiege into March to the Wall. Suppose we need the 2 Ocean Roads. And we see Mounted for a Scout. Looks like the Scout got punished for missing the intro challenge. Decided who so Buzz made network will play first. Jorge. We see Ranging Party. Eye of Ravens. Moving the wall to the deck. I'm not sure it's a good idea to invest in the wall at this point in the matchup, although Yoren already got killed alongside Ramsey, so there is almost no other fuel in the Nightwatch Wolf deck. And Buzz being Buzz shuffles a dead character into the deck. We see Recruit, Spirit of the Wall, Marshal. The Nightwatch Wolf is on the right track. Just go with the power challenges. All decks have a very small amount of the power icon, considering that how the decks are built. The Nightwatch Sea of AGoT depends entirely on Jeremy Raker, but this current version of the deck runs only one copy of it. As we see, Bound to the Wall played immediately, and there will be another Ranging Party stolen. Looks like the Ranging Parties don't want to join on Buzz. Like Nightwatch Wolf player passing the challenges. Initial challenge starting Eastward by the Sea. And War. Oh, it's a 2 claim pot. Amazing. And you see a military challenge pushed with everything again, or at least the 2 forest scouts, although Bus has more than enough economy, so he will just make sure. So the next plots that are left to both players, we have on the Nightwatch Wolf side, exchange of information and rationing. And on the Nightwatch Sea of Bot side, we have barring the gate and lower the Harris. I would expect Bus to do Harris next turn, just so he can not walk his reset. He put to the torch, in the gates of the moon, bound to the wall, finding cold hands for Sir Weimar Royce here. So the key power icon has been found. With this steal, I don't think Bus will go now into the Harris, because this power icon is very important to him. So he could turn out the game quickly the other way around. The both raging part is given to claim. Then we see a power challenge with the Weimar Royce, which will get unopposed power and the dominance. The game will be tied 6-6 at the end of the round. And now I think Bus will start shuffling the deck. So it put to the torches. Oh, he said 2 claim. Okay, so now Bus. I always forget that this is a 2. So for Bus, next spot will be probably barring the gates. And as mentioned, I think it's time for rationing. And you see the Harris into rationing, so like Bus really did not want to walk his reset. And I expect to see the Knife Scout, one of the Forest Patrols, and Primal Royce kept on the board. Is that exactly 10? The power icon must be protected, while the swipe depends on it. Primal Royce for 2 and Knife Scout set. Let's go. Bus chose his opponent's cards. Forest Patrol instead of his own. interesting choice to have for the network player going first, although is reducing the impact of the agenda unless he manages to find few characters. He'll still be at a huge disadvantage going for Boost to go first. Dragon Glass Dagger Marshal. I would assume Weimar, secure the power challenge. I wanted to see the wall marshal with a duplicate this time. Fortunately, there is no much. So this is why he chose Boost to go first. So he'll be able to retaliate with at least one challenge. But I think we could probably just can do just a power challenge and leave it at that, and that will block all the other challenges on the side of the United player. Why he decided to go for the intrigue as well. Maybe he is afraid of mutiny. You see knight gathers. So next turn on the exchange, the knight with player would have been able to marshal definitely very consistently out of the discard pile, and maybe get his hands on the Yoren, figure of the wall. The War Stranger removed from the discard pile, and this way he will be able to get a very different character, being either the Haunted Forest Scout or the Forest Crew with the wall. I would probably give the Haunted Forest Scout at this moment, just to protect the character that I have before. This will force the Knight of player to go into the intrigue challenge. But with Tower of Ravens on both sides of the board, those are not that impactful. Also opposed. And the card of choice, the Alchemist, triggering again. for a second time. And clearing the discard piles, both players. Unfortunately, there is no more marches available to see the discard pile again. Dominant goes to natural seal both player. Yes, but you're being super lucky. Also, you're in a favorable matchup. At least that's what I think. We see barring the gate into exchange of information, so the wall will not be able to be triggered this turn. And I wonder why the Nightwatch Wolf player didn't trigger it in standing phase. There were no targets to be stolen. Actually, there were no targets to be stolen. No, it doesn't work. Quite Buzz will be able to see all the game here without much work. But let's see what the will be able to draw here. We see exchange of information. So he decided that Boss will be first player, and we see reviewed ranging party, bound to the wall, Janus, was hard count, forest patrol, bound to the wall, wind crown, run, and three finger hop. So three finger hop is alive. So I assume that will be the card that the Boss will give the player. Both Janus and Vasar Scout are impactful on the board. Ranging party is too much strength. You see Queen's Crown and Bound to the Wall. Question is what? So yeah, first decided on the three finger hop. Unfortunately, there was no Stark character there, aside from Bran, but him stopping a crucial event. Not something that Buzz would like to see. If the bottom are marshaled for, I would say more than 3 times at this point. Bran will vote. And that's the end of the marshalling phase. Let's see if George managed to find power icon or something to cut the current board efficiently. This looks like Ramsey. No, Ramsey is dead. Or maybe the other scouts. Scouts, but are they? Oh, they got shuffled back into the Wascar scouts. A lot of scouts in this game. Like still trying to reduce hope with the ocean rods. Prince Crown Trigger. Kraken got Spike. Challenges now. Unopposed power, unopposed military. I think we'll seal the game. but just want to be on the safe side, I was return quarter deck. So unopposed power will be 12-13, unopposed military be 14 and then minus. Like this is the last turn and 27 plots. Now unopposed military. That should be game. Even if we see two challenges from the natural player, you won't be able to match the dominance without a power icon. Wondering how to approach the situation. Come on, boss, do a military challenge. Do the game. There we go. New the forest patrol. And we see both characters nailed, declared for the attacker. I'm curious why he decided to go with both of them. We see a blood trigger for a 5th time. We won't see bound to the wall, so maybe put to the torch, put to the sword, all that jazz. I think Bus is running only one copy of the deck. Only one copy of the Silver Archivist and being able to trigger it twice in the game was insane. So we see put to the torch found and plate on the wall. Put to the sword on 3-finger hop. Dominant. Bus will win with the dominance. See, and the Chilean player surrenders. Actually, the claim will wipe the last character on the. Well done, boss. And thank you all for watching. We will be shortly back with a Second Sons Invitational. We will have Wilco versus someone. We'll get back to that in a second.